Did you know that reheating certain foods could quietly sabotage your memory, digestion, and even balance as you age? What if I told you some leftovers ease? Everyday meals can actually raise inflammation and harm your heart when improperly reheated. But here's the twist. A few humble foods, when reheated right, don't just stay healthy, they actually get better for your body, especially after 60. Welcome back to Senior Health Boost, where every small daily choice builds toward lifelong vitality. Today's topic may seem simple on the surface, but it packs a punch. Food reheating and how it affects your senior health. You've probably never thought twice about tossing last night's dinner into the microwave, right? But mounting research, including findings published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, reveals something startling. Reheating certain common foods may contribute to issues like joint stiffness, poor circulation, unstable blood sugar, and even brain fog in older adults. And the damage? It builds up quietly day by day, bite by bite. Think about it. Your digestion, memory, and independence all depend on systems that naturally become more delicate with age. Reheating foods improperly, or the wrong kinds, can silently wear these systems down. But here's the good news. You have the power to turn this around, simply by knowing what to reheat and what to avoid. In today's video, I'll walk you through which foods seniors should never reheat, and just as importantly, which foods when reheated correctly actually become healthier and more supportive for your body. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll reveal one everyday dish that might be harming your health more than you realize, even though it seems totally harmless. So let's start with the good news first. The foods you should be reheating, they don't just maintain their nutrients, they enhance them. First up, oatmeal. Oatmeal isn't just a classic comfort food, it's a silent superfood for the aging body. Think of it as a warm hug for both your stomach and your brain. Especially in the golden years, how you start your morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. And reheated oatmeal, it's more powerful than you might think. When oats are cooked, cooled, and then reheated, they go through a transformation. Their natural starches evolve into what's known as resistant starch, a special kind of carb that's harder for your small intestine to digest. Why is that a good thing? Because instead of spiking your blood sugar, these starches feed the good bacteria in your gut, improve digestion, and help regulate your system from the inside out. And the benefits go even further. Resistant starch reduces inflammation throughout your body. It stabilizes your blood sugar, helping you avoid crashes in mood or energy. It keeps you feeling full longer without the bloating for seniors. These changes aren't just nice, they're vital. As we get older, our digestion slows down, blood sugar becomes more unpredictable, and inflammation creeps in silently. Reheated oatmeal becomes a daily act of protection, like putting on armor from the inside. But that's not all. Oats also contain beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that helps lower LDL bad cholesterol. That means oatmeal isn't just a comfort food, it's an ally for your heart. And when you're over 65, protecting cardiovascular health becomes a cornerstone of staying independent. Now, if you're thinking, but oatmeal's kind of plain, that's where the fun starts. Add a handful of blueberries for antioxidants, a sprinkle of chopped walnuts for healthy fats and brain support, a dash of cinnamon for anti-inflammatory benefits. Not just making it taste better, you're turning it into a bowl of longevity. And let's not forget the emotional benefits. Warm, familiar, easy on the stomach. Oatmeal isn't just food, it's routine, it's reassurance. It's a daily choice to take care of yourself in a way that feels simple but meaningful. On cold mornings or during a stressful week, that warm bowl is like a gentle reminder. You matter, and your health matters. But sadly, most people don't realize. Picking up from our previous discussion on the warm, grounding benefits of oatmeal, we now turn to a food that offers a different kind of comfort, one that soothes the joints, restores hydration, and nourishes the soul. Vegetable soup. There's something inherently restorative about a bowl of warm vegetable soup, especially during the quiet afternoon hours when the light grows soft and the body begins to feel the day's weight. For older adults, this meal becomes more than tradition, it's therapy in a bowl. And when reheated correctly, its benefits deepen. Why? Does soup get better the second day? The science lies in the structure of the vegetables. When hearty ingredients like sweet potatoes, carrots, celery, onions, and dark leafy greens are simmered and then allowed to cool, their cell walls begin to gently break down. This slow change releases minerals and plant-based compounds that weren't as available during the initial cooking. Reheating allows these nutrients to dissolve more fully into the broth, transforming it into a rich source of antioxidants and phytonutrients. This concentrated warmth offers more than just flavor, it delivers functional nutrition. As the soup reheats, it releases essential immune-supporting properties. For seniors whose immune systems gradually weaken with age, these nutrients serve as gentle warriors, helping to soothe joint inflammation, ease respiratory discomfort, and encourage circulation. And it's not just about what's in the vegetables. Additions like garlic, parsley, turmeric, or a dash of ginger infuse the broth with anti-inflammatory properties. The act of sipping warm soup helps dilate blood vessels, improving warmth to cold hands and feet, a common complaint among older adults with poor circulation. There's also something deeply emotional about soup. It's a food of memory of kitchen tables, family recipes, and simpler times. For seniors who may be experiencing loneliness or sensory fatigue, a warm bowl of soup becomes a sensory anchor. The gentle aroma, soft texture, and warmth offer physical comfort, yes, but also a powerful emotional tether to care, connection, and routine. From a practical perspective, soup is ideal for seniors who struggle with appetite or chewing. Its smooth texture requires less effort, while still delivering hydration, fiber, and nutrients. It's easy on the stomach, easy to prepare in large batches, and easy to reheat. And with thoughtful ingredients, it becomes a medicinal meal low in saturated fats and sodium, high in everything your body needs to keep moving. But what should go beside the soup bowl? The answer may surprise you. It's not a flashy side dish, nor something trendy. It's one of the most ancient grains and one of the most overlooked tools for leg strength and cardiovascular support in seniors today. Brown rice. Brown rice is subtle, grounding, and unwavering in its benefits. When cooked, cooled, and then gently reheated there with a splash of water or steamed, it forms resistant starch, just like oatmeal. This process lowers the glycemic load, making it friendlier to the digestive system and better for blood sugar control, a key concern for seniors managing diabetes or heart conditions. Unlike white rice, brown rice retains its bran and germ layers. The true nutrition lives. Magnesium, fiber, selenium, and essential B vitamins work in harmony to support muscle contraction, nervous system regulation, and sustained energy production. This matters more than ever. After 60, energy fluctuations, muscle fatigue, and blood sugar spikes aren't just inconveniences, they're barriers to independence. Brown rice delivers steady, non-jolting energy that keeps you grounded throughout the day. It's also incredibly versatile. Reheat it with a drizzle of olive oil, mix it with lentils or beans for a protein-packed lunch, or pair it with vegetable soup for a dinner that's both comforting and functional. Add chopped herbs or lightly sautéed greens, and you've just elevated your plate into a medicinal meal. Here's the best part. Brown rice doesn't just support energy and blood sugar, it plays a silent but powerful role in bone strength. Its magnesium content helps maintain bone density, and its slow-burning carbohydrates fuel muscles without inflammation. So the next time you're planning dinner, remember this: reheated food isn't always harmful. In fact, when it's the right food, warmed the right way, it can transform your body from the inside out. And we're just getting started, because up next is a food so common, so universally beloved, that you might never suspect it holds the key to stable energy, better digestion, and stronger muscles in your 60s and beyond. Let's turn to that next. Page 3. Reheated foods. The hidden dangers and surprising strengtheners. Brown rice, when gently reheated, does more than simply fill the stomach, it strengthens the body from within. As we discussed earlier, its unique, resistant starch and nutrient profile make it one of the best warm staples for seniors. But now, let's shift gears. While some reheated foods support aging bodies, others, surprisingly, can undermine health in subtle yet powerful ways. Let's begin with one that might be sitting innocently in your fridge right now: cooked mushrooms. 1. Cooked mushrooms. The hidden threat beneath the surface. Mushrooms are often considered a wholesome, earthy addition to meals, rich in antioxidants, low in fat, and gentle on digestion. They connect us to the natural world, to forest walks, and nourishing soups. But while fresh cooked mushrooms are healthy, reheating them is another story. You see, mushrooms contain complex proteins and amino acids that are sensitive to heat. When cooked the first time, their structure changes in a way that makes them easier to digest. But when refrigerated and reheated, those same proteins can break down further into compounds that the body may struggle to process, especially in older adults with more delicate digestion. The effects might not be immediately noticeable, but in seniors with decreased digestive enzymes, this seemingly harmless act can trigger bloating, discomfort, or even nausea. And that's just the surface. Here's the real hidden danger. Mushrooms that were sautéed in oil or butter and then left at room temperature too long can become breeding grounds for bacteria like Clostridium botulinum or Listeria. If improperly stored or reheated at insufficient temperatures, these pathogens can take hold without clear symptoms. For vulnerable seniors, these bacteria don't always announce themselves with food poisoning symptoms. Instead, they may gradually erode your energy, cause subtle gastrointestinal disturbances, and even compromise nerve function over time. Imagine a meal that once comforted you, now becoming the silent cause of fatigue, gut sensitivity, or weakened immunity. It sounds dramatic, but when your system is already working hard to maintain strength, small stressors can add up. And let's not forget, reheating mushrooms also strips away their natural antioxidants, robbing your body of the protection it once offered against inflammation and oxidative stress. So, while mushrooms are still wonderful when freshly cooked, reheating them is a habit seniors should reconsider. But they're not alone. Up next, we'll look at another everyday favorite that becomes surprisingly risky when reheated, one that might be in your fridge right now, looking perfectly harmless. Let's keep going. We just explored how reheating mushrooms may seem harmless. but can come with hidden risks for seniors striving to maintain mobility and brain clarity. But now, let's turn our attention to another everyday kitchen staple, one that many of us still see as a symbol of vitality: eggs. From nutrition to unseen harm, eggs are almost universally regarded as one of the most nutritious, well-rounded foods available. For decades, they've graced breakfast tables as a source of energy and simplicity, scrambled, boiled, or poached. And rightly so. Eggs are packed with high-quality protein, vitamin D for bones, and choline for memory and cognitive support. But here's the twist. When it comes to reheating eggs, the story takes a turn, especially for older adults. Freshly cooked eggs are nourishing and easy to digest, but once they cool, sit in the fridge, and are then reheated, particularly in a microwave or high-heat skillet, their protein structure changes. The result? Eggs become harder for the aging digestive system to process. The once gentle proteins may now cause discomfort, think bloating, indigestion, or a sluggish gut that leaves you feeling heavy all day, and it doesn't stop at digestion. Reheating eggs, especially those prepared with oil or butter, can cause the fats and cholesterol to oxidize. This chemical change introduces harmful compounds that quietly inflame blood vessels and contribute to arterial damage. It's not just a theory. This reaction is biologically proven and becomes even more concerning for seniors with pre-existing heart disease, hypertension, or high cholesterol. You might not feel it right away. The consequences are often subtle: a foggy head, a heavier step, or that post-meal fatigue that slowly creeps in and stays with you. Over time, these seemingly small discomforts stack up. Chronic low-grade inflammation, worsening cholesterol, slower digestion. It's the cumulative toll of a habit that feels efficient but chips away at your body's ability to recover and stay vibrant. What was once a powerful source of strength for your brain and muscles could become a burden. Mishandled after cooking. The fix: simple. Enjoy your eggs freshly made, boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled. Eat them warm, right off the stove. That's when their nutrition is most beneficial and their risk is lowest. Convenience should never come at the cost of clarity and energy. From eggs to America's favorite comfort food. But it's not just eggs. There's another food, one that holds a special place in the hearts of millions of Americans. It's the essence of comfort, the soul of holiday meals, the side dish that never gets left behind. And yet it carries an even bigger risk when reheated. We're talking about white potatoes. Mashed, baked, fried white potatoes are a beloved staple. They remind us of family dinners, Sunday lunches, and Thanksgiving spreads. They're soft, warm, and satisfying. But for seniors seeking better energy, stability, and circulation, reheating white potatoes may be more problematic than it appears. Let's unpack why. Freshly cooked white potatoes already have a high glycemic index. That means they rapidly convert to sugar in your bloodstream, quick spikes and crashes in blood glucose levels. This alone can tax the body, especially if you're over 60 and managing blood sugar sensitivity. But the issue worsens when those potatoes are cooled and reheated, particularly with rich additions like butter, oil, or cream. Reheating causes the starches to change. The chemical structure of those once simple carbs becomes more resistant to digestion, but not in a good way. The altered starch promotes inflammation and makes it harder for insulin to regulate blood sugar. For older adults, that means increased risk of insulin resistance, a key driver of type 2 diabetes, and that's just the metabolic side. This new starch structure has been linked to chronic inflammation in the body's blood vessels, joints, and even the brain. That stiffness in your knees, that brain fog that comes out of nowhere, it might be connected to something as simple as yesterday's mashed potatoes, reheated in the microwave. Seniors are especially vulnerable. As we age, our cells don't respond to sugar changes as quickly, and our arteries become less flexible. That makes the body more sensitive to these sudden dietary shifts. So while potatoes bring nostalgia and comfort, reheating them could quietly weaken your foundation, your heart, your balance, and your mental clarity. What's the better path? This doesn't mean you need to give up potatoes entirely. In fact, when freshly cooked and paired with fiber-rich veggies or lean proteins, white potatoes can still be part of a balanced meal. The key is timing. Eat them fresh, hot off the stove or oven. Skip the microwave reheats, especially those smothered in creamy sauces or reheated in oil. And if you want an even better alternative, consider sweet potatoes. They offer more fiber, lower glycemic impact, and are less likely to cause the starch transformation we see in white potatoes. Your body has carried you for decades. It deserves meals that serve, not sabotage it. Next, we'll tackle one more favorite food that's even sneakier when it comes to silent inflammation. It's sweet, it's golden, and it's found in nearly every home in America. But when reheated, it might do more harm than good. Let's uncover it in the next section. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers of reheated eggs and white potatoes, it's time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because the small habits we carry into the kitchen can have long-term effects far beyond what we imagine. May not think twice about popping that leftover meal into the microwave. After all, it's just a quick bite, right? But when it comes to reheating potatoes, especially when stored in plastic or reheated at high temperatures, the consequences become more serious than most people realize. The hidden cost of convenience money. Seniors unknowingly reheat leftover potatoes in plastic containers, not realizing that heat can cause those plastics to release harmful chemicals into the food, most notably bisphenol A BPA. BPA is a chemical compound that can seep into food during heating and has been shown to disrupt hormone balance and cardiovascular health. It's even been linked to inflammation, fatigue, and reduced cognitive clarity. What was once a seemingly harmless lunch, mashed potatoes warmed in a plastic tub, could quietly be contributing to hormonal imbalance, energy slumps, and increased joint discomfort. Have you ever felt more tired after lunch than before? Maybe there's a strange tingling in your feet or an ache in your knees that seems to arrive without warning. Most people chalk it up to aging, but for some, the real cause may lie quietly on their plate. Reheated starchy foods like white potatoes, when microwaved in plastic, can quietly chip away at your energy reserves and nervous system health. These small choices don't seem dramatic in the moment, but over time, they build into something much larger: slower muscle recovery, declining circulation, increased blood pressure, diminished resilience after illness or injury. The nutrient gap, it gets more disappointing when we realize that white potatoes don't offer much nutritional defense in return. Unlike sweet potatoes, carrots, or beets, white potatoes are low in antioxidants and offer very little in the way of protective compounds. They're comforting to the tongue but offer little benefit to the brain, heart, or bones. Yes, they're traditional. Yes, they're familiar. But aging gracefully means knowing when to honor tradition and when to adapt for the sake of your health. This doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite foods, but it does mean making informed decisions. Let white potatoes hold their rightful place in your memories, not in your current recovery plan. Refrigerators. Not every food deserves a second chance. As we reflect on these hidden risks, one truth becomes clear: not every food in the fridge deserves a second chance. The leftovers we reheat out of convenience may be quietly working against our bodies, and that's why, especially in our later years, it's essential to elevate awareness above routine. How can seniors regain the energy, clarity, and independence that they deserve from every meal? The answer isn't extreme. It's not about a radical diet overhaul or tossing everything in the trash. The real solution begins with tiny, loving actions built on respect for your body and your future. 1 meal, one choice at a time. Each meal is more than just a way to stay full. It's an opportunity to make a conscious choice for health. One mouthful at a time. Instead of microwaving yesterday's potatoes, try enjoying a freshly made bowl of warm vegetable soup. Instead of reheating eggs in oil, try a soft-boiled egg paired with fresh fruit. Instead of defaulting to convenience, pause and ask yourself, is this nourishing me or just filling me? These are gentle, manageable changes that build momentum. Respecting your digestion, avoiding hidden toxins, and feeding your brain and heart. These small acts are all part of a bigger promise to yourself. And that promise doesn't require perfection. It just requires consistency. The real power behind warm meals. Let's be clear: reheating food isn't always bad. In fact, warming, nourishing dishes like brown rice, lentil stew, or oatmeal can be part of a deeply restorative routine. These foods continue to support brain function, digestive health, and muscle strength even after reheating. But the key is knowing what to reheat and what to leave behind. Choosing not to reheat certain foods like mushrooms, eggs, or white potatoes isn't about being restrictive. It's about being proactive. It's about choosing freedom over fatigue. Freedom from post-meal sluggishness, creeping joint stiffness, energy crashes, preventable inflammation, mental fog, and freedom for stronger steps, sharper thoughts, calmer digestion, brighter days ahead. These choices create ripple effects not only in your health but in your sense of agency. Because nothing is more powerful than the quiet confidence that comes from knowing I can still protect and care for my body, no matter my age. Tomorrow's fridge, today's decision. So, the next time you open your fridge, pause, ask yourself, does this meal give me life or take it away little by little? Choose meals that lift you up. Intentionally warm, nourishing foods. Skip the reheats that weigh you down. And in doing so, you're not just feeding your stomach, you're feeding your future. Each warm meal becomes a silent victory. A reminder that health is built not just in hospitals or clinics, but in your own kitchen. One choice, one meal, one bite at a time. Before you go, a quick thought: the entire purpose of this video and this channel is to help you live your life to the fullest, with knowledge, not fear, with gentle guidance, not rigid rules, and with the belief that no matter your age, you still have the power to live well. So now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned in today's video that you'll start doing differently? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might just help someone else make a better choice. And if you found even one helpful insight today, let us know by commenting with a 1 below, or a 0. If you didn't, that's okay too. Your feedback helps us keep growing and serving you better. Want more videos like this? Then hit that like button, subscribe to Senior Health Boost, and share this video with someone you love. It only takes a second. but it helps us keep creating sound, heart-centered content to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your golden years. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring for yourself. And until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and celebrate every step you take toward better health. This is Senior Health Boost, helping you eat smarter, move stronger, and live better.